We are back yet again on the one and only The Sick Podcast, Steeler Crazy. As we always say, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Football season is among us, and man, we got a great guest today. Mike, how are you? I always say that's a dapper Steelers shirt. It looks like you're going to sell me a new car, but maybe a Steelers Bumblebee car or something like that.
I feel like I'm part of the front office. I feel like I can go out and sign Gabe Davis when he's in town.
That would be nice. We could definitely use some help at wide receiver. Before we get into our guest and break down all things betting, why don't we talk about what we have going on at the Sick Podcast Steeler Crazy this season? We linked up again with the one and only DraftKings. So why don't you tell our people, use our code, make yourself some money, and tell them what they're in for.
Yeah, man. First of all, I cannot believe college football is back this weekend. It is here. Football that actually counts officially starts this Saturday. Iowa State, Kansas State. So it's just this, revival of the juices. Vibe high, man. It is absolutely awesome. The rivalries, the marching bands, the upset. Saturday's just got way more fun because college football is back. Like I mentioned, if you think you know the game, put your college football knowledge to the test with DraftKings Sportsbook. Turn your picks into big payouts like our guy is going to help us do today. You can do live betting during the game. You can do rivalry week, odds boost, so much more. DraftKings Sportsbook has everything you need to stay in the action from kickoff to the final whistle. Listen, whether you bet on your go-to team or just making moves mid-game, maybe you're an Iowa State fan, the momentum will shift, of course, back and forth. Saturdays are yours to own with DraftKings Sportsbook. Do us a favor. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's code SICKSPORTS for new customers. You get 200 in bonus bets. It's a lot of gravy. When you bet $5, you get it instantly. We're in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
I think we should get to it, Jimmy. Our next guest, hopefully going to put some money in our pocket this season. Run it.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Steelers Crazy.
Harris Smith shields. Flacco. Polamalu takes it home. Super Bowl 43. Pittsburgh might be bound for that thanks to number 43.
The sickest Pittsburgh Steelers podcast. Sports entertainment like no other. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I think one thing that's really cool what we do on this show is we bring you guys a variety of topics. Steelers talk. We just have fantasy football on Tuesday, and today we're getting into a little bit of betting. You can check this guy out on X at Slop Rules betting expert, as I mentioned. It's John Hyslop. John, what is up, brother?
Just living the dream, guys. Thanks for having me on. How you doing?
Good. Better now. Man, I can't believe, as I mentioned, college football back already this Saturday. We got NFL action. I think the following Thursday? No, 2 Thursdays from now, we'll have Cowboys Eagles kicking off. So, listen, we're pumped about it. I know Jordan wants to get into some win totals for a lot of these teams. We can break that down. I wanted to start with some player props because I know that obviously for Steelers fans, we're all just on the edge of our seat waiting to see Aaron Rodgers. One of the biggest offseason stories, of course, and in all of football. I guess this will be a two-parter. I mean, as just a consumer of the game, how much do you think he has left in the tank? And then his over-under touchdowns is at 23.5 this season. What are your thoughts just overall?
I don't know. I don't know if you guys are going to like my thoughts.
That's okay. Hit us. This isn't like a roses and butterflies podcast.
I want to see him stay healthy. Like that's the biggest thing. You're talking season props. Season props are about health more than anything else. You can have the best number in the world. The guy gets torn up week 1, it's over. It's the NFL football league. It's not guys get hurt. You know what I mean? And Rodgers, he's getting up there. He's done it. Dude, the day that we see 23 touchdown passes from him for a season, I think it's kind of crazy. I think that number alone tells you how much the books kind of, think he has left in the tank. But I mean, he threw 28 last year?
Yep.
So
a lot of them in garbage time.
Yeah, I mean, that was the Jets. I mean, I think the Steelers will actually be a lot more competitive than they will. So the only issue with passing with the Steelers is their defense. They got a good defense. So if you get into tough spots where you just want to kind of grind that clock out, there goes Aaron Rodgers. But I don't know, 23.5. What's the price on that? Do you know?
Plus 100, I think I saw.
Even money. I mean, 24 for something he does literally or has done every year when he stayed healthy seems doable.
Yeah, you know what's so interesting, and a lot of people really don't understand that dynamic when it comes to gambling. I've always noticed that. Most people just look at a line and jump out and they're like, what do you mean? That's so low. But the health factor, the guys miss 3 or 4 games and boom, it's over, right? Like same thing with win-loss totals. Like, oh, wow, what are you talking about? Bills 11.5. That's easy. They're going to win 13 games. Josh Allen, twists an ankle. Right? He misses 4 games. I feel like a lot of people miss that. I know it's not really a question, but I'm sure you can.
100%. I mean, especially guys, I'm an over guy, right? Like I love taking the over. I think the under is it's not fun. I mean, you're looking to have fun while you're betting these games and watching. I mean, obviously you're looking to make money, but I just look for overs. It's not like you take everything over. You just skip the unders. You know what I mean? And season longs is where you want to find unders just because an injury is the best out there is. I mean, outside of, the guy got hurt and that sucks for him. But, you as the bettor, that's a great out. Like you don't have that out in a lot of other sports. I mean, obviously the injury exists, but in a season long NFL bet, the injury, that's the best out there is. I mean, especially if the under. Well, only if you have under, really.
Right. Somebody, another new Steeler, a lot of people were intrigued by. I'm sure you followed this guy's props in the past because he's a big name and had a lot of big seasons in Seattle. I'll give you two of his lines here. DK Metcalf, he's going to get a crap ton of targets, but his yards is sitting at 950.5, and his touchdowns at 6.5. That feels low to me, but you're an overs guy. Tell me what you think.
What's the price on the 6.5 touchdowns?
I'll tell you right now. I'm pretty sure it was minus 120, so you're losing a little bit of juice there. I'll tell you. Hold on. Minus 120. Yep.
Minus 120. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, look at his first, he's done this every year except for 2 in his career, which isn't bad. But I mean, he's been surrounded by talent. I mean, Seattle, I guess they did try to throw the ball last year, but yeah, even with JSN, Tyler Lockett kind of stealing stuff, they've had tight ends there in the past. So I don't know. I mean, with Freiermuth, do you think, I guess the question you can ask yourself is how much do you think they're going to use those tight ends in the red zone? I mean, they got Jonnu and Pat Freiermuth still there, right?
Yeah, I think it depends on what Aaron Rodgers is feeling. His touchdowns are over 6.5 at minus 130. So Vegas is favoring the overs.
Yeah, they think it's going over. And to be honest with you, I mean, he's done that and literally 4 out of 6 years, not bad. I mean, 1 year that he did not get there. Actually, I take that back. I was going to say he only played 16 games, but that's all they played that year. So, yeah, I don't know. I can see the over there just because of Rodgers, and Rodgers will force feed people he trusts down there. That's a fact. Not a lot of target competition there, so that's one that I would think would have been even one number higher, 7.5, something like that. I mean, you could get people, you can bait people to take 8 on him all day. I mean, it's DK Metcalf with Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, so
going to be interesting. Let's shift it over to the win total. Steelers over under 8.5 wins. What do you think needs to go right for them to get the over as well as just that number in general?
What's the number again? I'm sorry.
8.5.
And the price?
I'll tell you in 1 second. I want to say it's.
Yeah, I'm
a big price guy.
No, of course.
Price is right.
Yeah, price is everything, guys. I'd bet either one of you in a race with Usain Bolt if the price was right. You know what I mean? Like he could fall down. You know what I mean? Something could happen.
We always go with our DraftKings, our sponsor over here, minus 115.
All right. So here's how I always do win totals, right? You just go and you look at the schedule, right? And you have to assume no injuries. Just you do, even though you know for a fact they're going to happen, but good luck guessing them.
Right.
So week 1, where they got the Jets.
Yep.
That's a win. Even in New York, I think they win that game. And they could easily start out 2-0 after Seattle, going to New England. We don't know what New England's going to be. I think they're going to be better.
Crap.
You know, I mean, but better than what? You know, better than last year. You know what I mean? Which was it? They weren't good anyway. So
Ceiling's not too high. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like you got a decent shot starting 3-0. You're going to end up beating the Browns. The Bengals, I don't know.
It gets really difficult as it goes.
Yeah, it starts getting tough. I mean, after the Patriots, I mean, you kind of want to start 3-0. I mean, you could easily be 4-1 after the Browns game going into the Bengals. Now it's a party. You know what I mean? Now anything can happen. But
look at the end of that season. Look at the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Colts, I see a win there. Bears might be better than people think. I mean, you don't want to take the preseason, too seriously, but that was crazy the other night. Watching it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Ravens, Dolphins, I think they got. The Lions, I don't think will be as good. You get the Browns, Ravens on the last week. I think you're looking at 1, 2, 3. We'll give them the Bears. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 wins.
So
and that's without beating the big boys, which you start the season 4-1, which is not crazy. That means you beat the Jets, Seahawks, Patriots, Browns. Do you know what I mean? Like, and lost to the Vikings. That's not crazy. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you know what I mean? Like, that's not ridiculous.
Yeah. So you're, in lather terms, you're taking the over.
That would be over because, I mean, that's without beating the Bengals, which they could easily win one of those games. They could beat the Packers. I don't know if they're going to.
AFC North, you could throw the records out of the window. Those teams, no matter what, you never know. And as the season goes on, those teams are just trying to keep, even if they're not in playoff contention, they're trying to knock people out. I think the Bengals are 9.5, and then the Ravens over under at 11.5. Mike, if you want to look at those, I think that
Bengals are minus 140 at 9.5.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Well, here, one more thing about the Steelers is looking at when they play the Ravens.
Yeah,
they don't play them for the first time until December.
Yeah.
What happens? What happens if someone's hurt? Like, I'm not gonna name any names, but someone's hurt for the Ravens by then. I mean, you're not wishing that. Obviously, no one's wishing that. I'm just saying that has to come into your handicap, especially in a division like the AFC North, where you don't make it through an entire year in that division, not banged up. I mean, that's probably the toughest division in football. So the fact that you don't see the Ravens until December means they can't get you in September when everyone's healthy. You know what I mean? Like you have a real shot. So you can't say those are 2 losses just because they're not. We're talking Steelers Ravens here. There's no such thing as records and anything like that.
Yeah.
John, here's the other thing, and I know you see this often. And so say it's the very last game, the Ravens could have the division locked up, and they're not like Lamar anyway.
Good point. Yep.
And that's happened to the Steelers twice in the last 3 years playing the Ravens. They end up playing Tyler Huntley and beating them both times. So Ravens backups were playing in those games. So that's another factor.
So the handicap and the win totals, I think, is all about getting September right and then looking at little edges like you just talked about, like that one right there. That could be a free win that maybe you didn't think you were going to get. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? But they start this season 4-1. Now there's belief. Now they're playing with probably we've seen it a million times, and they're a team that you don't want to let front run, if you know what I mean, because they will. They could actually win the division
for sure.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any general thoughts on the Ravens over 11.5 DraftKings?
I got a kind of a rule where I don't really mess with like a team to win 12 games.
That's a lot.
There's just got to be better bets out there, for this. I mean, if you're a Ravens fan, sure, go ahead. That's a fun bet for the season. It's great for you and the fellas. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But Yeah, I don't know that I'm taking anybody this season to win 12 games.
What are some other general rules you would just throw out there? Maybe it can be over under win totals, player props. I don't know. You just something maybe. If I were somebody who's never done it in my entire life, and I was like, I'm gonna get my $200 bonus deposit from DraftKings for watching the Six podcast. Like, what are some things that you would tell an amateur?
Look for unders in the season-long markets. It's not fun. It's not sexy, but they exist. There's a friend of mine that literally, I mean, he didn't introduce me to it, but he really just put it in my face probably 5 years ago. And it's never been, I barely look for overs anymore, especially like yardage totals and stuff like that. Your guy gets hurt, it's over. You know what I mean? Like touchdowns, maybe you can stick in a place like that because you're going to see tight ends at like 3.5, 4.5, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. If they got hurt, they could still get home somehow. But watch out for yardage totals on quarterbacks and receivers and running backs, like all three of those skill positions, because, man, an injury just derails everything. You're going to look at it and say, hey, he gets 60 a game. That's it. Well, if he doesn't play 10 games, you're a little behind.
Do you have anything that jumps out that you've been touting early on, whether it's on X or telling buddies like, hey, I really like this. We're getting closer to the season.
I'm looking at week 1 stuff, to be honest with you, not season long, but week 1 yardage totals are going to be in play. And there's certain teams, I'm trying to think, Michael Penix, his number is going to be pretty low. I think that team's going to throw a lot, like just stuff like that. You know what I mean? Teams that are going to try to win,
But you like the Steelers dropping 3, or is that too many?
No, I think they win that game. I think they can. They'll probably muck that one up.
Yeah,
week 1. Who did I say we had? It's the Jets. Yeah. The Jets.
Yes. Yep.
The Jets are not a good team.
Yeah, I agree.
They're not. That might be the worst team in the NFL. So, I mean, it's great to have them get propped up week 1. What is that, a 1:00 game? You're only giving 3 to them. I know it's 3 on the road. But it's not 3 on the road against a team that we know about. You know what I mean? We don't know how bad the Jets are. Does that make any sense at all? Like sometimes if you go back through and look at schedules, once the season's gone on, right, you'll see some of these teams that are giving double digits to other teams. They were 3-point dogs week 1.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because, again, they don't know how bad they are. So the rules are kind of out the window in week 1 especially. But given your known commodities in your head coach, I mean, been there forever. They have a way of doing things. So even though you get new pieces in there, you got to think the new pieces will actually make it better, if that makes any sense at all. Just because they're moving into a program, an actual system, the way they do things. So I think the Steelers are kind of safe to say, like, yeah, they might wax the Jets week 1.
It would be nice. Before we get you out of here, really appreciate all the expertise. Tell everyone, all our viewers, what you have going on, where they can find you. And football's here. So definitely, if you have anything that could help our viewers put some money in their pocket, please, the floor is yours.
Just follow on X at Slop Rules. That's where everything gets aggregated. I also have a YouTube channel at Slop Rules. We could always use subscribers over there. We do daily shows, the Thunderdome on Fridays, but it's a fun time. Great vibes. Right now, we're doing a lot of baseball stuff, home runs. We're kind of just putting a bow on the season. And then here in September, a couple weeks from now, it's going to be football. So I can't wait, to be honest with you. But yeah, those are the 2 places that everything's there. And it's a lot of fun. And like I said, we want more.
Always want more, but hey, we appreciate your time. We'll definitely have to do it again, and we'll check back on that Steelers over 8.5. We'll maybe bring you back mid-season and see where we're at. But I think that's a sure shot right there.
Yeah, I'll definitely be around, man. I can't wait.
Thanks, John.
My pleasure.
Appreciate your time. Take it easy, John.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of those things. I mean, how do you take the under? We say it every single year, and
you can't.
it never happens. Every single year they've gone over, and well, at least the last handful of years. Last year they went over their win total of, I think it was 8.5 too. They won 10 games. I know the year before it was 8.5. They won 9 games. Like, knock on wood, every single year we're like, oh, is this the time to step back? But the one caveat is injuries. But I don't think it matters with the Steelers, and I know you're on my side with this.
Yeah.
Rodgers goes down, Mason Rudolph's still going to win games. He's still going to win games.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, you can't control injuries. I think the Steelers have enough depth, especially like you said. I think Mason Rudolph could be a starter in this league. I'm not saying he's the second coming of Brett Favre, but he could definitely win you some games. Overall, I mean, I think that episode was great just simply because, like, for people who are trying to get into the betting world, it kind of, the under that I've always been an under guy. I've never really, was a big parlay guy or anything like that. So just taking the under, I mean, I think the coin flip is one of the safest things. You have a 50-50 shot. I remember the Super Bowl, we threw a little bit on there. And it just, and it's true, these guys, injuries happen. I think the under, like, the Steelers, their offense hasn't been the greatest. And during that time, I took the under and made myself some money. And you guys can make yourself some money using our code 6sports. But yeah, really appreciate just the whole breakdown of everything, especially for, someone who's new to the betting game. So we're going to keep bringing on great guests. We're going to be making some announcements here in the upcoming weeks ahead of the season. So make sure that you subscribe. We're going to be pushing out content and bringing you the best in the game, a little bit of everything. Fantasy, I know everyone's fantasy draft is probably coming up. We're going to have a few more fantasy guys on, and then we're going to roll out what we're doing for this season. So be sure to look for that promotion coming up. J York Football, Mic'd Up Sports 1, our guy Jimmy in the production booth.
6
Take
sports
it to the end zone.
6 sports.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Steelers Crazy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.